Matilda looks down at the Pokeball in her hand, feeling the weight of the journey ahead. Her Eevee, eager and full of potential, stands by her side. "I think I'll name you Clover," she decides, a smile forming on her face. Now, with her first Pokémon named, Matilda sets off to meet Mr. Pokémon as Professor Elm requested. Personality influences. Positive traits: curious, brave, compassionate. In-game effects: Matilda will explore new paths, take on challenges, and ensure Clover is well cared for. Negative traits: impatient, overconfident, greedy. In-game effects: Matilda may rush through battles, underestimate opponents, and prioritize collecting items. Current situation details. Context: Matilda has just received her Eevee and is tasked with visiting Mr. Pokémon. Route 29 is the first path she must traverse, filled with potential wild Pokémon encounters. Decision: I decide to head towards Mr. Pokémon's house via Route 29, battling any wild Pokémon we encounter to help Clover gain experience. Matilda steps onto Route 29, eyes scanning the area for any signs of movement. The tall grass rustles, and she knows it's only a matter of time before a wild Pokémon appears. Quick Mode activation. To streamline this initial travel, we'll turn on Quick Mode until Matilda reaches Mr. Pokémon's house. Any significant encounters or events will be noted and addressed. Quick Mode on. current situation details. Context: Matilda has received a Pokémon egg from Mr. Pokémon and a Pokédex from Professor Oak. Professor Elm called urgently, indicating something is wrong, and asked her to return quickly. Decision: Matilda hurries back to New Bark Town through Route 30, avoiding unnecessary battles to reach Professor Elm as quickly as possible. Actions: Matilda, Clover, use tackle. Matilda has just defeated the red-haired passerby in a battle. Clover has leveled up to 7. Matilda caught a glimpse of the passerby's ID card before he took it back and left. Decision. After the battle, Matilda continues her journey back to New Bark Town, determined to reach Professor Elm quickly and find out what is wrong. Matilda watches the red-haired passerby leave, noting his identity before he takes back his ID card. She gives Clover a quick pat and then resumes her urgent journey back to New Bark Town. Quick mode, on until reaching New Bark Town. Any significant events or encounters will be noted. Current situation details. Context: Matilda has returned to Professor Elm's lab after an urgent call. A police officer is present and asks for the name of the red-haired trainer. Decision: Matilda decides to provide the name of the red-haired trainer to the police officer. Matilda steps into Professor Elm's lab, noticing the concerned expressions on Professor Elm and the police officers' faces. The officer turns to her. You know the identity of the trainer who caused trouble. What is his name? Matilda takes a deep breath and responds, his name is Silver. The police officer nods, noting the name down. Thank you, Matilda. This information will help us a lot. Context: Matilda has informed Professor Elm about the big discovery, a Pokémon egg, and meeting Professor Oak, who gave her a Pokédex. Professor Elm suggested taking on the Pokémon League Challenge. Decision: Matilda decides to talk to her mother and prepare for the Pokémon League Challenge. After explaining everything to Professor Elm, including the Pokémon egg and meeting Professor Oak, Professor Elm looks thoughtful. Matilda, you have a lot of potential. Professor Oak giving you a Pokédex is a great honor. I suggest you take on the Pokémon League Challenge. It will be a great way for you to grow stronger with your Pokémon. Feeling a surge of excitement, Matilda nods. I will, Professor. Thank you. Matilda then heads home to talk to her mother about the new journey ahead. Her mother listens intently and smiles. I'm so proud of you, Matilda. Make sure to stay safe and take care of your Pokémon. With her mother's support and Clover by her side, Matilda sets out from New Bark Town with a new mission, to become the champion of the Pokémon League. Next steps. Travel to Cherry Grove City. ChatGPT can make Matilda decides whether she wants her mother to save money for her or to keep all her winnings. Matilda's mother asks, do you want me to save some money for you during your journey, or would you prefer to keep all your winnings? Matilda thinks for a moment and decides. Yes, please save money for me. Mother saves money. No, I will keep all my winnings. Matilda keeps all the money. Matilda chooses. No, I will keep all my winnings. With that decided, Matilda feels ready to begin her journey. She gives her mother a hug and sets off with Clover, determined to become the champion of the Pokémon League. As Matilda steps onto Route 29, she is greeted by Ethan, who eagerly offers to show her how to catch Pokémon. "Hey, Matilda. Let me show you how to catch a Pokémon. It's really simple," he says with a smile. Matilda watches intently as Ethan demonstrates the process, successfully catching a wild Pokémon. "See? It's not too hard once you get the hang of it," Ethan says, handing Matilda 5 additional Pokéballs. "Good luck on your journey." Matilda thanks Ethan and feels even more prepared for the challenges ahead. With Clover by her side, she continues her journey towards Cherry Grove City, eyes open for any wild Pokémon encounters. Matilda smiles as the Pokeball clicks shut, signaling a successful capture. "Welcome to the team, Kricketot," she says, picking up the Pokeball. "Do you want to name Kricketot?" "Yes." "No." Matilda chooses. "Yes, I'll name him Jingle." Current situation details. Context: Matilda has successfully traveled through Route 29 and reached Cherry Grove City. It is time to prepare for the next steps in her journey. Decision: Matilda decides to explore Cherry Grove City, heal her Pokémon, and gather any useful information or items. As Matilda enters Cherry Grove City, she takes a deep breath, relieved to have reached the first city on her journey. Let's head to the Pokémon Center first. Clover and Jingle need some rest, she says. Matilda approaches the counter and places her selected items for purchase. These should help us on our journey, Clover, she says with a smile, ready to continue her adventure. Matilda decides to leave Cherry Grove City and head towards Route 30, exploring and training her Pokémon along the way. With her items stocked and her Pokémon healed, Matilda steps out of the Poke Mart, feeling prepared for the journey ahead. Alright, Clover and Jingle, let's keep going. We're heading towards Route 30 and then on to Violet City, she says, determination in her voice. Matilda leaves Cherry Grove City and starts making her way to Route 30, ready to encounter wild Pokémon and potential trainers along the way. Context: Matilda has defeated youngster Joey's Why Not, and Joey asks to exchange phone numbers to keep in contact. Another trainer is challenging Matilda. Decision: Matilda decides to accept Joey's request to exchange phone numbers, seeing the potential benefits of staying connected. Matilda smiles at Joey's request. Sure, Joey. Let's exchange numbers. It'll be great to stay in touch and maybe have a rematch someday, she says, adding Joey's number to her Poke Gear. Next steps. Decision: Matilda decides to switch Pokémon to Jingle, Kricketot, to give Clover a break and take advantage of Jingle's moves. Matilda calls back Clover, giving her a break after the paralyzation. Clover, you did great. Jingle, it's your turn. Let's go, she says, sending out Jingle, Kricketot, level 2, to face Mikey's Diglett. Context: Matilda has successfully defeated Mikey's Diglett, with Jingle leveling up to 3 and Clover leveling up to 8. Clover is paralyzed from the previous battle. Decision: Matilda decides to use an item to heal Clover's paralysis and continue her journey towards Violet City. Matilda smiles as she recalls Jingle back to her Pokeball. Great job, Jingle. You did fantastic, she says. Then, turning her attention to Clover, she pulls out an energy powder to heal Clover's paralysis. Context: Matilda has successfully defeated Mikey's Diglett, with Jingle leveling up to 3 and Clover leveling up to 8. Clover is paralyzed from the previous battle. Decision: Matilda decides to return to Cherry Grove City to heal Clover's paralysis, ensuring her team is in top condition for the journey ahead. Matilda realizes that continuing with a paralyzed Clover might not be the best idea. Alright, Clover, let's head back to Cherry Grove City and get you healed up, she says. Matilda and her Pokémon retrace their steps back to Cherry Grove City, quickly reaching the Pokémon Center. She hands Clover over to Nurse Joy for treatment, ensuring that Clover is fully healed and ready for the next leg of their journey. With Clover's paralysis healed, Matilda feels confident and ready to continue towards Violet City once more. Updated Pokémon team. Matilda smiles as the Pokeball clicks shut, signaling a successful capture. "Welcome to the team, little one. I'll name you Silk," she says, holding the Pokeball gently. Matilda smiles as the Pokeball clicks shut, signaling a successful capture. "Welcome to the team, Slugma. I'll name you Ember," she says, holding the Pokeball gently. Matilda realizes that Bide won't be effective against Metapod. Jingle, come back. Clover, it's your turn again, she says, sending out Clover, EV, to face Bug Catcher Don's Metapod. I decide to use a potion to heal Silk and then switch to Silk to try and weaken Silcoon further with Tackle. After that, I will attempt another capture. Matilda has successfully captured the wild Silcoon on Route 31. Clover, Eevee, and Silk, Caterpie, helped weaken it before the capture. Decision. I decide to name the newly captured Silcoon, Shimmer. I decide to have Clover use Tail Whip to lower Ghastly's defense, then attempt to use Tail Whip again to prepare for a capture attempt. Matilda smiles as she looks at the Pokeball containing her newly captured Ghastly. Welcome to the team, Spectra. Let's keep moving forward to Violet City, she says, excited to have another unique addition to her growing team. Context: Matilda has reached the entrance of Dark Cave on Route 31. Her team is mostly in good health, but Ember, Slugma, needs healing. Decision. I decide to briefly explore Dark Cave to see if there are any interesting Pokémon or items. I will use a potion to heal Ember, Slugma, before entering. Context: Matilda has encountered a wild Diglett, level 3, male, inside Dark Cave and sent out Eevee, Clover, to battle. Clover knows Tackle, Tail Whip, and Helping Hand. Decision. I decide to have Clover use ChatGPT. Matilda has knocked out the wild Diglett, level 3, male, inside dark cave with Clover, EV. Clover appears to be quite strong compared to the rest of the team. There isn't much room to explore further inside the cave. Decision. I decide to exit Dark Cave and continue traveling towards Violet City, focusing on training my other Pokémon along the way. Matilda has encountered a wild Croagunk, level 3, female, on Route 31 and sent out Kricketot, Jingle, to battle. Jingle knows Growl and Bide. Decision. I decide to have Jingle use Growl to lower Croagunk's attack, then use Bide to store energy for a counterattack. I decide to switch Jingle out for Clover to avoid further accuracy issues, and then attempt to capture Croagunk. Matilda smiles as she looks at the Pokeball containing her newly captured Croagunk. Welcome to the team, Toadstool. Let's keep moving forward to Violet City, she says, excited to have another unique addition to her growing team. I decide to switch Jingle out for Clover to avoid potential health and accuracy issues and to quickly deal with Croagunk. Matilda walks into Violet City, taking in the sights and sounds of the bustling town. First stop, the Pokémon Center to get everyone healed up, she says, heading towards the familiar red-roofed building. After healing her team, she steps back outside, eager to explore and prepare for the challenges ahead. Thoughts and team update. Thoughts. Matilda feels a sense of accomplishment having reached Violet City and is excited about the upcoming challenges. She reflects on the various battles and captures so far, appreciating the strength and potential of her team. Team update. I decide to keep the current setup as it provides a good balance for both battles and exploration. No changes from the PC are necessary at this point. Decision. I decide to head to Sprout Tower and clear it using Quick Mode to efficiently handle the trainer battles. Switching to Quick Mode. Sprout Tower Exploration. Objective: clear Sprout Tower by defeating trainers and gaining experience for the Pokémon team. Thoughts. Matilda feels more confident after clearing Sprout Tower and seeing the progress her Pokémon have made. She reflects on the encounter with Silver and his approach to strength, reinforcing her belief in the importance of caring for her Pokémon. Team update. My team is looking strong and balanced. I'll keep the current setup and focus on preparing for the gym challenge. Decision. I decide to head to the Violet City Gym to challenge the gym leader, Faulkner. Context. Matilda has entered the Violet City Gym and is challenged by Trainer Abe, who sends out a level 10 Curlia. Matilda's Caterpie, Silk, is currently in battle. Decision. I decide to switch out Caterpie, Silk, for Spectra, Ghastly, to take advantage of Ghost-type moves against Curlia. Context. Matilda's Spectra, Ghastly, is facing Trainer Abe's Curlia. Curlia is paralyzed, has lowered Spectra's attack with Growl, and raised its evasion with Double Team. Spectra's lift was super effective, bringing Curlia's health to yellow. Hypnosis will not work since Curlia is already paralyzed. Decision. I decide to continue using Lick to take advantage of its ghost type. Matilda feels accomplished after winning the battle against Trainer Abe. She's excited about Silk's evolution into Metapod, which will strengthen her team further. The victory has boosted her confidence as she prepares to challenge gym leader Faulkner. Team update. My team is looking strong, especially with Silk evolving into Metapod. I need to heal Spectra before the next challenge. Decision. I decide to head back to the Pokémon Center to heal my team, especially Spectra, before continuing my challenge in the gym. Matilda is challenged by Trainer Rod, who sent out a Pidgey. Matilda's Metapod, Silk, is currently in battle. Metapod knows Tackle, String Shot, and Harden. Decision. I decide to switch out Metapod for Clover, EV, to quickly handle Pidgey with Tackle. Pidgey has lowered Clover's accuracy multiple times, causing Clover to miss several tackles. Decision. I decide to switch out Clover for Ember, Slugma, to take advantage of Ember's fire-type moves and avoid further accuracy issues. Context: Matilda's Ember, Slugma, put Pidgey to sleep, but its accuracy is lowered and it can't land Smog. Pidgey is still asleep. Decision. I decide to switch out Ember for Spectra, Ghastly, to take advantage of Pidgey's sleep and use Lick to finish the battle. I decide to switch out Spectra for Jingle, Kricketot, to use Bide and take advantage of Pidgey's sleep. I decide to switch out Jingle for Clover, EV, to use Tail Whip and then Tackle, leveraging Clover's higher level and strength. I decide to persist with Clover, EV, and use Tackle one more time to finish off Pidgey, influenced by my impatience to end the battle quickly. Current situation details. Context: Matilda has just healed her Pokémon at the Pokémon Center and is ready to challenge Gym Leader Faulkner. Items: limited healing items, making strategic play crucial. Decision: I decide to lead with Spectra, Ghastly, to utilize Hypnosis and weaken Faulkner's Pokémon early in the battle. Actions: Matilda steps into the gym leader's arena, her heart pounding with anticipation. Faulkner stands tall, a confident smile on his face. Welcome to the Violet City Gym, Faulkner says. I hope you're ready for a high-flying battle. Matilda nods, determined. Let's do this. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Current situation details. Context: Matilda has just started the battle against Faulkner, sending out Spectra, Ghastly, against Faulkner's Jigglypuff. Items: limited healing items, making strategic play crucial. Decision: I decide to use Hypnosis again to try and put Jigglypuff to sleep, taking advantage of its sleep status to deal damage without retaliation. I decide to switch out Spectra for Clover, EV, to keep the momentum going and avoid further status effects. I decide to have Clover continue using Tackle to take advantage of Jigglypuff's lower defense. Context: Matilda's Clover landed several hits on Jigglypuff, but eventually fell asleep due to Jigglypuff's sin. Items: limited healing items, making strategic play crucial. Decision: I decide to switch Clover out for Ember, Slugma, to take advantage of Ember's Smog attack, which can deal damage over time. Faulkner's Jigglypuff. Faulkner is about to send out Execute. Smog is a poison-type move, not fire-type. Items: limited healing items, making strategic play crucial. Decision: I decide to switch to Spectra, Ghastly, to use Lick and Hypnosis, as Spectra has a better chance to deal with Execute's psychic typing. Current situation details. Context: Matilda's Ember defeated Faulkner's Jigglypuff. Faulkner is about to send out Execute. Spectra, Ghastly, was sent out but is currently asleep. Items: limited healing items, making strategic play crucial. Decision: I decide to switch Spectra back out for Ember, Slugma, since Smog can potentially poison Execute and deal consistent damage despite its poison typing. I decide to send out Silk, Metapod, to use String Shot and Tackle, aiming to slow down Execute and deal consistent damage. I decide to send out Jingle, Kricketot, and use Bide to absorb damage and return it with double power. Decision. I decide to switch to Spectra, Ghastly, since Uproar, being a normal type move, won't affect Spectra. Spectra can use Lick to deal damage and potentially paralyze Execute. I decide to send out Clover, EV, to try and finish off Execute with Tackle. Reflection on the battle. Reasons for the loss. Underestimating Faulkner's team. Overconfidence in the initial stages led to underestimating the strength and strategy of Faulkner's Pokémon. Inadequate type advantage. The current team lacked strong type advantages against Faulkner's Pokémon, particularly against Execute. Status moves ineffectiveness. Moves like Hypnosis and Bide were not as effective as hoped, leading to missed opportunities for crucial damage. Limited healing items. The absence of healing items meant there was no way to recover Pokémon health during the battle, leading to a gradual depletion of the team. Plan to defeat Faulkner. Training. Level up the team. Train the Pokémon team to higher levels to improve their overall stats and battle effectiveness. Learn new moves. Focus on leveling up Pokémon to learn new and more effective moves. For example, training Ember, Slugma, to learn a fire-type move. Team strategy. Type advantage. Catch or train Pokémon with a type advantage against Faulkner's team. For instance, a rock or electric-type Pokémon could be very effective. Status moves. Utilize status moves more effectively to gain the upper hand. Moves like Hypnosis can be critical if they land consistently. Resource management. Stock up on items. Purchase healing items such as potions and antidotes to sustain the team during the battle. Use berries. Equip Pokémon with berries to heal status conditions or restore health automatically during the battle. Battle strategy. Smart switching. Be strategic about switching Pokémon to counter Faulkner's moves effectively. Focus on key opponents. Prioritize taking down Faulkner's key Pokémon, like Execute, quickly to minimize their impact on the battle. Actions taken. Returning to the Pokémon Center. Matilda returns to the Pokémon Center, healing her team and reflecting on the lessons learned from the battle with Faulkner. Next steps. Training. Spend time training the team on nearby routes to increase their levels and learn new moves. Catching new Pokémon. Search for and catch Pokémon with a type advantage against Faulkner's team. Item preparation. Purchase necessary items from the Poke Mart to be better prepared for the rematch. Thoughts and feelings. Matilda feels a mix of frustration and determination. The loss has highlighted areas for improvement, and she is more motivated than ever to train her team and come back stronger. With a clear plan in mind, Matilda is confident that the next battle against Faulkner will end in victory. Let's turn on quick mode to speed up the training and preparation for the rematch with Faulkner. Quick mode instructions. Training. Train the current Pokémon team on nearby routes to increase their levels and learn new moves. Focus on leveling up Ember, Slugma, to learn a fire-type move. Catching new Pokémon. Search for and catch Pokémon with a type advantage against Faulkner's team, such as rock or electric types. Item preparation. Purchase healing items like potions and antidotes from the Poke Mart. Quick mode activated. Actions. Recent updates. Met a person in Violet City who wants an Ariados for his Articuno. Caught Spinarak, sent to PC. Healed at Pokémon Center. Reflection on new strategies. Team enhancements. Slugma's Ember. With Slugma having learned Ember, we have a reliable fire-type attack to use against Faulkner's Execute. Ghastly's level. Ghastly's increased level and move set, including Hypnosis, Lick, and Mean Look, can provide a strategic edge. Possible trade for Articuno. Trading an Ariados for Articuno could be beneficial. Articuno, being a legendary ice/flying type, would be a powerful addition to the team. However, catching and evolving Spinarak to Ariados needs time and effort. Decision. Consider this trade if Spinarak evolves before or shortly after the Faulkner battle. I decide to start with Spectra, Ghastly, and use Hypnosis to put Jigglypuff to sleep, then follow up with Lick to deal damage and try to paralyze it. I decide to switch Spectra, Ghastly, out for Ember, Slugma, to take advantage of its choice band boosted Ember. I decide to keep Ember, Slugma, in the battle to take advantage of its choice band boosted Ember against Execute. I decide to keep Ember, Slugma, in the battle to use another Ember, aiming to finish off Execute quickly despite the Leech Seed effect. I decide to switch out Ember, Slugma, for Spectra, Ghastly, to avoid the Leech Seed effect and take advantage of Execute status. I decide to use Hypnosis with Spectra, Ghastly, to put Execute to sleep, then follow up with Spike to reduce Execute's PP for its most troublesome moves. I decide to use Lift with Spectra to deal damage and potentially cause paralysis. I decide to switch out Spectra, Ghastly, for Clover, EV, to take advantage of EV's Tackle and Tail Whip. I decide to keep Clover, EV, in battle and use Tackle to start dealing damage, despite the Reflect and Leech Seed. I decide to send out Jingle, Kricketot, to use Growl to lower Execute's attack power, then follow up with Vi to return the damage. I decide to use a potion on Jingle, Kricketot, to restore its health and give it a chance to survive the next uproar attack. I decide to use Bide with Jingle, Kricketot, to absorb the damage from Uproar and attempt to return it with double power. I decide to send out Spectra, Ghastly, to stall Execute's Uproar while it remains asleep. I decide to switch out Spectra, Ghastly, for Silk, Metapod, to stall while Spectra remains asleep and Execute continues Uproar. I decide to switch Silk, Metapod, out for Ember, Slugma, in the hopes that Ember wakes up and can use Ember to deal significant damage to Execute. I decide to switch in Spectra, Ghastly, hoping that it will wake up soon and use Hypnosis to put Execute to sleep. I decide to switch in Spectra, Ghastly, to use Hypnosis and put Execute to sleep. Execute is asleep, creating an opportunity to deal significant damage. Spectra, Ghastly, is out with Hypnosis successfully putting Execute to sleep. Decision. I decide to use Liquid Spectra, Ghastly, to deal damage while Execute is asleep. Execute is awake and at yellow health. Reflect has worn off, meaning its defense is no longer boosted. Decision. I decide to use Liquid Spectra, Ghastly, to try and finish off Execute. Matilda's reflection. The journey so far has been exhilarating and challenging in all the best ways. Defeating Faulkner and earning the Zephyr badge was a significant milestone. It feels like all the training and preparation paid off, and I can see the progress in my Pokémon team. I'm particularly proud of Spectra. Her performance in the battle against Faulkner's Execute was outstanding. The team is growing stronger, and the bond we share is becoming more evident with each battle and adventure. Healing them at the Pokémon Center always reminds me how important it is to take care of them, not just as fighters, but as friends. Faulkner's suggestion to head to Azalea Town is our next big goal. I'm excited to explore new areas and face whatever challenges come our way. The thrill of discovering hidden items, battling strong opponents, and possibly encountering new Pokémon is something I look forward to. There have been moments of impatience and overconfidence, but each battle teaches me to balance those traits better. I know there will be tougher battles ahead, but with each step, I'm becoming more strategic and resourceful. Our victory at Violet City Gym has fueled my determination to keep pushing forward and aim for even greater heights. Reflecting on these past days, I realize how much I've grown alongside my Pokémon. Clover, Jingle, Silk, Ember, Shimmer, and Spectra have become more than just my team, they're my friends and partners. Each battle, each victory, and even each loss teaches us something new. I can't wait to see where this journey takes us next.